Hello friends, welcome to my channel Fusion NextGen Learning. If you are first time viewer on my channel, subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon to get latest update from Fusion NextGen Learning. In today's demonstration, we are going to cover one more business requirement and feature within the Oracle Fusion. Oracle e-record and e-signature. What is Oracle e-record and e-signature? It provides the business a configurable framework and for securely capturing, storing, retrieving, and printing electronic records and signatures for many documentations which required for audit flows. So many businesses are complaining that we need this kind of feature that Oracle has introduced, and currently this feature is supporting for lot as well as serial control items with having the DFFs too. So now we'll start how we can achieve this kind of requirement in Oracle Fusion and support our business. So to have the setup, first you have to opt the feature. So for opting the feature, you have to go to the setup and maintenance. Within the setup and maintenance, you have to go to the offerings. So I clicked on the setup and maintenance. I will click on the actions. Within the actions, I will go to the offerings. Once I click on the offering, I will click on the manufacturing and supply chain materials management. You can see on the right side, you have two options, new features as well as opt-in features. So opt-in features, where Oracle has introduced the features which you can opt if that feature is applicable to your business or entity. So let's assume for this Oracle e-records and e-signature, you have to click on facilities and you have to click on features within the pencil icon. So you have to click on that pencil icon. Once you click on the pencil icon, you can see that within the facilities, you have two features which you can opt. So we have to enable the features called capture electronic records and electronic signature for SCM transactions. So to enable, you have to enable the flag. Once you enable the flag, you have to click on done. Once you're done, you have to click on again done. Once you enable the features, you have to go to the again setup and maintenance UI. You have to click on task and you have to click on search. So now we are on the setup and maintenance UI. Now I will click on the task and I will click on the search. Once you click on the search, you have to type task name configure electronic signature preferences. So the task name called is configure electronic signature preferences. Once you click on the configure electronic signature preferences, you can see that there are a couple of transactions mentioned, and at the left side you can see that there are a couple of organizations. So to enable for your organization, what you have to do, you have to click on add. Once you add, you have to select your organization from the drop down. So let's assume I am selecting 001 as an organization. You have to click on OK. Now you have to select your organization specific and you have to select your transaction where you want to capture the electronic records as well as e-signature against all those transactions. So we can go through all the transactions. So this feature allows you to capture the transaction against the inventory lot update, serial update, maintenance exceptions. So if you are having maintenance as well as you can use this feature as well, then manufacturing for the standard operations, then manufacturing work definitions, miscellaneous transactions, orderless transactions, production exceptions, and put away, quality, receipt transaction corrections. If I scroll down, you can see that ship confirm, work order material transaction, work order operation transactions. So now you can see that within the signature type, what is inline, and you can see wherever written as a deferred. So what is the difference between the inline and the deferred? So inline means it allows user to capture the electronic records online medium. Means user trying to perform the transaction, user has to hold the transaction and approval has to approve the transaction, then that particular transaction will get processed. Now, what is the significance, importance of the deferred? So deferred means it will hold the transaction, means once you submit the transaction, it will go to the approval notification. Once user approved, means approver approved that transaction, then it will get processed. So you don't need to hold your transaction until your transaction get approved. But inline, you have to hold your transaction. Once you submit, you have to wait for the approval, for approval to review and approve that particular transaction. Otherwise, if you cancel that particular transaction in case of inline, then it will redirect you to the fresh UI and you have to again create and submit that transaction. So this is the difference between the inline and the deferred signature type. Now to enable, you have to select for which transaction type you want that electronic records or e-signature to be captured. So I'm enabling for miscellaneous transaction inline. So I will show you that as well. So miscellaneous transaction, I enable that and I have selected and enable for the 001. Now after enabling this, what you have to do, you have to click on save and close. Once you configure the electronic signature preferences, what you have to do, you have to go to the approval group and you have to create your approval groups. We are creating manage approval group. So let me type and search the task. So manage approval groups. So I click on the manage approval groups. Once you click on the manage approval group, it will redirect you to the BPM work list where you have to click on plus icon. Once you click on the plus icon, you have to set your approval group name. So we are setting miscellaneous e records. So we have set it up the approval group name as a miscellaneous e-records. Now you have to save the record. Once you save it, you have to add the user within that approval group. So to add, you have to search the username. So I clicked on search. Now you have to enter your username. So I'm typing and searching the user with the SCM01 and let me click on search. So once you click on search, you can see that this particular user will be available for you to select. So you can see that SCM01.student. So I've selected it. Once you select it, you have to click on OK. Once you click on OK, what you can see that the particular user assigned within the group. So within that approval group, you can add more approval within that approval group. So for that, you can refer my earlier videos. So now I added myself as an approval. I have to click on save it. Once I clicked on save, you have to close the BPM work list. Once you close the BPM work list, what you have to do, Then you have to go to the again BPM work list. For that, you have to type and search the task. So you have to type your task starting with manage task configuration and try to search. So now once you click on search, you have to choose the task name called manage task configurations for supply chain management, where we define the rule for the A records. So now it will redirect you to the VPN list, and you can see that there are a couple of tasks available which you can customize, which you can add it based on your business requirement. So we'll discuss all this task and configuration, what you can do, what you can achieve in our upcoming releases. So now what you have to search for the miscellaneous transaction, empty and see yes. So now you can see that task MTL management ERES inline task. Erase inline task. So this is the complete task name for the miscellaneous issue transaction. So you have to click on that particular task. Once you click on the particular task, what you have to do, you have to edit it. So we'll add it now. The pencil icon enable for me to edit the task record. So I have to click on edit the pencil icon. Once I click on edit, you can see that save icon and the commit icon enabled for the particular task. Now there are a couple of options available. Let's suppose there is a general, then assignees, the data, deadline, notifications, access, as well as the configurations. So now within the assignees, so let's assume there are a couple of options available. So if you want set the inventory management approval, parallel approval, serial approval, group, you can do that. So I'm setting up inventory manager. Now, if you see at the bottom, what I have assignee based on. So it's asking me that this assignment is based on the rule based business rule set. So I clicked on the business rule set. It will show you what rule has returned over here. So I can see that there is a no rule available at this moment. So we'll create the rule for our user. So I will click on plus icon and then I will expand the rule and I am setting up my SC miscellaneous rule. Now, what you have to do, you have to set the if condition that at what basis your rule will trigger. So we are going to suggest to our system that if task dot creator, so we are saying to system that if task dot creator display name, what is display name for me? Display name for me is SCM01 student. So now I have selected the condition that task dot creator name is. So you have to click on search and then you have to type. So you have to enable the constant and then what you have to type SCM01 space student. Once you click on that, you have to click on OK. Now you can see that I have set it up that if creator display name is this, then what action needs to be performed. So if you click on the plus icon, then there are couple of options. So you can add more conditions. Then if you see at the bottom, there is a add approval. So if you click on add approval, you can see that it has to be assigned and go to the particular approval group, or it is based on job label, it is based on management chain, it is position, resource, or the supervisory. So now I have created already the approval group. So I will select on the approval group. Once you selected the approval group, what you have to do, you have to enable. And then what you have to do within the approval group, you have to select your approval group. So I am selecting my approval group to start with the miscellaneous. So I have selected MISC e-records, which just now I had created. Now allow empty groups. So it has to be false. If you enable this as a true, then if approval groups having the empty, then it will still go for the approval. So now allow empty groups is false. Then rule name you can change it. Now after that, once you added the condition, you have to validate your rule. Once you validate your rule, you have to make sure that there won't be any error in respect to your conditions. If that is occurring, then what you have to do, you have to resolve that error accordingly. So as I can see that there is a no error, and we are good to go to proceed further. Once you validated it, what you have to do, you have to save. Now, while clicking on the save, you have to put some comment for the audit purpose. It's not mandatory, so I am just leaving that. I will click on the OK. So now you can see that task editor data is saved now. Now, if I click on the assignee, the data, deadline, and then the notifications. Now, if I click on the deadline, you can see that the notification expiration settings. So there are lot of features available within that. We'll discuss more coming release. Now I click on the access and then the configurations. Now within the configurations, we are having the approval preconditions. So if business having that, they want whoever going to supposed to do the approval task, enter the command. So if you enable this required, then who's supposed to perform the approval? He or she needs to enter the command. User to add their command. If user are not entering the command, then still users able to approve the records. If you click on the not allowed, then you cannot see the comment. Now I am setting up right now optional. Same way for the reject, you can set it up. Now I'm not changing anything at this moment. So what you have to do, now you have to click on commit. So we have added the rule, we have added the rule and the approval group, and now we have committed successfully. We have saved our records. So this is how we completed the approval. We have enabled the features. We have opted that feature within the manufacturing and supply chain management. We have created approval group. We have created the e-records preferences for particular miscellaneous issue transactions, for particular inventory organization. And after that, we have created the rule. Now, after that, we'll move to the UI. So I'm closing that window. Now I will click on the home. Once I click on the home, I have to go to the supply chain execution. Now I have to click on inventory management. Once I click on the inventory management, what I have to do, first we'll take one of the item where we can have the on-hand available. So I clicked on the search. So I am taking this first item. So that item is CM50005. So I can see that I am having 25 on hand available. Now I will click on done. Now what I have to do, I have to again go to the task and I have to click on create miscellaneous transactions. Once I click on the create miscellaneous transaction, as you can see that there is an option available submit for approval. So once you enable the features, you set it up, you configure the e-records preferences, you can see that new tab will be available on the UI. Now within the type, so you have to select the type. So I'm setting up miscellaneous issue. Now you have to select the account. So we'll select any of the account. Based on business, user can select the respective account, and I'm setting up that use current item cost. Yes. So whatever item cost available within the system has to use the same. Now I will click on the add the record. You can add the records via actions option as well. You can add, you can duplicate, you can delete, you can edit the details, you can generate the lot, generate serial number range, record lot, and serial number. So there are a couple of options available. Now I entered my item, and after entering my item, I can see that it's defaulted the stores sub inventory, and I can see that on hand is 25 available. So I'm going to issue two quantity for now. Once I enter the quantity, I can see that submit for approval tab is highlighted over here. So now I cannot go and directly submit. I have to submit it for the approval. So I have to click on submit for approval. So once you click on the submit for approval, if there is a hierarchy, then the particular approval, whoever supposed to comes within that hierarchy, they have to approve each transaction. Once the last approval progress, then it will allow and create the transaction within the system. Now we can see that there is a error occurred. So we'll see that error. Now you can see that there is a electronic records. So CM5005 and then electronic records for inventory miscellaneous transactions. And now it is a status in awaiting approval. So for that, we have to make sure there is a particular privilege in respect of e-records must be associated. So this error, basically, we are not having that privilege. So we'll add that privilege. And after that, we'll again retry this transaction. So to add, make sure you have the privilege available. So what is that privilege name? Let me show you. So the privilege name is EDR underscore add E signatures underscore transactions underscore priv. So this is the privilege. So you have to make sure whatever the customized role you have created. So we will do that. We'll create the customized role and we'll add all these privilege within that custom role and will assign to my user. And after that, we'll perform the transaction. So you have to make sure that you have added the privileges. And after that, you have to add one more privilege, that is EDR view records e-signatures priv. So that is another privilege which you have to add. within the custom role. And the third one is add Aura EDR compliance business analyst job. So we'll add this job role as well. So this is the privilege. This is the job name we have done. Let me make it a little bit zoom so you have the visibility. So you can see that ADR add e-signatures transactions privilege and then ADR view record signature privilege. So if you have not associated this privilege, then you cannot view all those records within the UI. It will show you just a record number. So to see the record, you have to have this privilege available. Then we have to talk about the ESS job name. So what is that ESS job name that you have to run it? To have, you have to run the ESS job. So I'm typing ESS job, that is generate electronic records. So that is first ESS job. And after that, you have to run ESS job extract workflow tasks for archive. So I added the extract workflow task for archive. So these two ESS job, you have to make sure that you have to run it once you completed your transaction. So it will generate the electronic records and extract the information and attach to the records. Now we'll go to the UI, and then what we'll do, we'll go to the navigator, go to the tools, and within the security console, we'll add the roles. So I clicked on the users, so SCM01, and I will click on search. So I added. So now I clicked on the user, I will click on added, and after that I can see that I don't have the privileges. So I will add. So what I will do first, let me create the custom role and then we'll add over here. So let me create inventory manager. So I search the inventory manager role and I will copy the particular role. So I click on the copy top role and inherited roles as well. So I'm setting up inventory manager miscellaneous e-records. And then if you want to add your description for identification purpose for your custom role, you can do that. Just to make sure to differentiate, I just added this inventory manager miscellaneous e-records. Now I will click on the next. Once I click on the next, you have to add the privileges. So you have to click on add the functions. So now you add the privileges. So first privilege is ADR, search with the ADR. So you can see that the compliance business. So you add this. So once you add it, you can see that the privilege got added, view electronic records and signatures. Now after that, what you have to add, you have to add EDR underscore add. So you have to add the privilege ADR add e-signatures transactions privilege. So once you search, you have to add the privilege to the role. So once you add it, now you have to click on next, click on next, click on next, and then I'm adding my user SCM01 and I add it, and I have to click on add users to the role. Click the roles. Now we'll try again our transactions. So now you have to click on supply chain execution. You have to click on inventory management. And what you have to do, you have to, before doing the transaction, first you have to provide the data access, because recently we have added the roles to our user. So let me go to the setup and maintenance, go to the task and click on search. So we'll add manage data access. So once I search manage data access for users, once you search, you have to click on plus icon or via action you can add. So you have to search your user SCM01 and you have to select the role inventory. So I have selected the inventory manager. Now you have to click on inventory organization and you have to enter 001. Once you're done, you have to click on save and close. So I have added the role, I have provided the data access. Now we'll go and try to perform particular transaction. So you will go to the home UI and we'll try to create. Now we have to go to the inventory management within the supply chain execution and have to click on task. First we'll take the item. So I have to search the records. So within 001, so I will take first item and then I will click on done and try to perform the miscellaneous transaction. So I have to click on the create miscellaneous transaction. Within the type to search issue, and then I am setting up yes, use the current cost and choose any account. So I'm entering any of the account. After that, I have to click on add the record, entering item number. It will automatically populate the sub-inventory via manage item transaction defaults task. And now I enter two quantity. I can see there is a 25 quantities available. Now after that, I will try to click on submit for approval and we'll see whether it is taking in place or not. So we can see that it is giving us error. Task flow, contact your help desk. Okay. So we'll do one thing. Let's go to the pen maintenance and we'll see the approval. We have committed, but make sure. So we are searching. So let me search the task called manage task configurations. Try to search for the supply chain. So it's searching. We have to wait. Yeah. So the task name is manage task configurations for supply chain management. So it will again redirect us to VPM workflow. And then we have to search miscellaneous issue transaction task where we have defined the approval. So I clicked on that task and click on pencil icon. And I will go to the assignees and we'll see that I have added within this approval. So what you have to do, you have to click on and then you have to go to the advanced. And what you would do, you have to see that particular participant is ignored. So let me search for others and click on advanced. Yes. So it's ignored completely. Now we'll go to the rule and we'll see So let me click on advanced. Okay. So you have to make sure that this ignore participant is not enabled where you have set it up your approval. So what is happening that it is taking the approval is place, but it's ignored completely because of this flag is enabled. Now we have validated. Now click on basic and we'll try to save the record. Click on OK and we'll try to commit again and we'll see. So now go back again to the UI. So we have validated. Now we'll try again the inventory management. So let's click on inventory management, click on task, and I'm taking the item again. So it's a CM005. So CM5005. Click on done and try to search. So click on task, create miscellaneous transaction, enter the miscellaneous issue, and then you have to enter your account. So I'm entering any of the account based on the business user to select the respective accounts. Now I am entering my item. After entering my item, sublimity will get defaulted. And now I am entering two quantity and will try again for submit for approval. If this time will face the error, then we'll do just log in, log out and log in back. Yeah. So now you can see that now it's working because of the flag enabled the ignore participant. So it is not allowing us and it is ignoring completely the approval task. So that issue resolved. Now you can see that initiate approval. So you can see that the username, the signature meaning, the authorship, you can see that comment options available. Now username and password. So username and password, you have to type SCM01. So I am typing student. So I have entered the password. After entering the password, I can put my comment, approve, because I am the one who is approving this. So it is getting saved and create the e-records for this particular transaction. Now I have to click on the flag that I have read the electronic records. And now I click on the records. I can see that this is particular item, then item description, what is quantity and what is the account. So I have validated all these things, enable the flag, and I will click on approve. Once you click on approve, now you can see that this records has been approved. So now the transaction progressed further and it created the records. And you can see that status is approved and you can see the command. Now you have to click on save and close. Once you done with the save and close, you have to go back to the task and we'll go to the review completed transaction and we'll validate for that transaction. So we are validating. So click on search. Now you can see that the transaction is taking place. And then if you enable, you can see that electronic signature. So now, as I mentioned, if you are not having the privileges as well as to view the records and all, then you can get the ID. Then you have to take all these things from the backend that who has approved and provided the approval. So there is a feature, you just add all those privileges within your custom role and assign to your user. So users can able to view the electronic records. Now to view the electronic records, first we have to generate. So now what you have to do, you have to go to the tools. Within the tools, you have to go to the tools, and within the tools, you have to click on scheduled processes. Once you click on scheduled processes, you have to click on schedule new process. And then you have to click on generate electronic records. Once you search, you have to click on that and try to search. So let me search it again and generate electronic and try to search. So let's search the ESS. Yeah, so it's get picked up. So generate electronic records. Now you have to click on OK. Once you click on OK, you have to enter the record identifier. So now we'll log in. So let me log in. Yes. So supply chain execution. Now click on inventory management and we'll have to take the electronic record number. So now let me take the electronic record number. So I have to go to the review completed transaction. And then I have to click on search and I have to take the electronic record. So let me stretch a little bit and see the number. Yeah. So I have taken this number and go back to the ESS job. And then I will enter the record identifier number and click on submit. Once you click on submit, you have to wait that program to complete. Generally, once you submit and the records get approved, it will trigger automatically. If let's assume still it's not generated, the records, you have to do this way. So it's not mandatory to, you have to launch the generate electronic records. It will automatically trigger. If it is not happening, then you just do manually or the ad hoc basis for particular records. So after that, what you have to do, you have to run the ESS job called extract workflow. So I'm searching with the extract work. So extract workflow task for archive. So I have selected that. And now you have to click on OK. You have to click on OK. Once you click on OK, so this ESS job you can schedule in your environment. So whenever there's a electronic record processed, it will automatically generate the PDF output and it will attach to the records. Yeah. So you can see that. Yeah. So you can see that you have to just submit this ESS job and wait for this ESS job to complete. So we'll refresh and wait for this program to get complete. So now I can see that the ESS job got successfully completed. After that, I will go to the home and search for the records. So for the record, what you have to do, you can see that there is an option, the icon enabled electronic records. So you have to click on electronic records. And within the records, you can see that the transaction recently processed by us. And if you click on the signature history, you can see that the history will be available for us to review. And you can see that the authorship and approved and signature date, sign date, you can see all those information. And if you click on the document, that document will be downloaded. So let me open that document. So you can see that the electronic signature document got downloaded, and you can see that the signer, so who has signed, who provided the approval, and what is the sign date. This is how you can achieve this kind of requirement in Oracle Fusion. Thank you. Thank you for watching my channel Fusion NextGen Learning. Keep subscribing, keep watching. Happy learning.